going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, as the title states, we are going to be setting up my ECUTEK tuning software so we can get the GR Corolla tuned. Now you can pick these up at Limit Plus One. They set everything up between them and Graham at Boosted Performance to get you a tune. This will be done by street tuning. So basically just me data logging, sending it back and forth between me and him to get it tuned, because I don't live where he lives, so I can't get it dyno tuned. But you can get all that set up through Limit Plus One, and they will get you started. But enough of that. What do you say we go ahead and I open this up and show you everything that comes inside? All right, so, well, basically this is all you get. This for me came in a mailer bag, no box, no nothing, but it is a hard protective case. Basically very reminiscent of a Nintendo Switch case. So what comes inside is everything you see here. So you're gonna have what looks like to be a Boosted Performance business card. That is the one Limit Plus One sets up all their tuning with. You're gonna get the ECU dongle itself, which you will be plugging into your OBD II port. If this thing will just focus on that, there you go. Very simple. And as in my previous few videos, if you have an aftermarket GPS tracker installed on your OBD2, make sure that that is uninstalled before you plug this in, because Graham says he has had a few cases where he could not get the car flash because it was interfering with this. So yeah, anyways. It also comes with a cable here inside this Ziploc bag, which you can just, if you want to, plug this to the dongle and then to the USB port, and that way you can send all the files to a laptop. But the good thing about this one is that this is the Bluetooth version, so you don't need this cable at all. Everything will be connected on your phone via the app. And speaking of the app, this is the QR code that you'll need to use to download the app, or just go into your app store and download the ECUTEK app. So yeah, there you go. That is basically it. Looks like you get some ECUTEK stickers here, a couple business cards in here actually. But yeah, that is basically it, that as far as what comes inside the packaging itself. So let me go ahead and get inside the car and show you how to set everything up. Once you go through the app, it's going to ask you a few questions, your tuner, set up an account, yada yada yada. And then one of the things is it's going to ask you which model of the ECUTEK you have. So just choose this one right here if this is the one you have. EVIBTLE 1.0. Once you get that all set up, he wants you to go ahead and run through the app and follow the instructions. So let's go ahead and go through that. But first, let me just go ahead and port the dongle into the OBD2, like so. Right. So let's just go ahead and set this up. Let's go with my car, no vehicle paired. Let's go ahead and pair it. This is the one we are going to be choosing. Go to add, and now it is scanning for one. Okay, once you select your pairing, it's going to go ahead and ask you to set up a passcode. So I'm just going to go ahead and set one up. Once you set that up, there you go. Everything's all set up. So let me go ahead and check the email once again and see what he wants me to do from here. Okay, so email basically says go to Program ECU, select Send Vehicle Info to Tuner, select your model, go ahead and enter your model, which in my case would be a GR Corolla. Like so. Okay. And make Toyota, and then send this to Boosted Performance Tuning. Pretty sure send correctly. Tuner should be in touch with you shortly. Okay, there you go. And that is it for this portion of it. He basically gets and receives that information, and then he will send you a map to go ahead and upload. This process is probably going to take a couple days depending on when you're able to reach him or how busy your tuner is. Since this is an e-tune, it's going to go back and forth. This is technically Thursday, August 1st as the time of this recording, so we'll see how long it takes. Yeah, I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so it's been a couple days now. I got an email notification from Graham that he received my report or my data log or my info about the car, whatever I sent to him initially in that last scene. He's sent me a revised version 1 map. So first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and set the car to the on position without it actually running, not accessory mode. this right here where it will say ignition on. If it'll just, right there, it'll say ignition on. Make sure it's not on accessories. He said make sure the AC is off, doors are closed, windows up. So let's just go ahead and go to my car. It should be stored in the cloud. So once it's able to find the, there you go, it found the thing. So let's go to program ECU. It should, get rid of that.
Black view for your safe
I believe it is under engine.
Starting normal recording.
Oh, sorry for my black view. And there you go. You have your stock tune, which he saved, and then you can always revert back to that. Here is the 93 Octane Revision 1. So just go ahead and, or whatever you guys have, if you're doing E85 tune or if you only have 91. This is just what happens to be for me. Go ahead, and here's a few things you need to know before you proceed. Before proceeding, make sure that the ignition is on, engine is not running, handbrake is engaged, doors are closed, interior lights are off, air conditioning fans are off, car battery is not low. I also recommend that you turn your screen timeout to like 15 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. Just make sure it doesn't leave the app due to inactivity, because you're not supposed to touch your phone. So yeah, go ahead and program in order to, okay, and start. So yeah, right now it's going to be testing. This will take a few minutes in order to minimize the risk, failure, yada, yada, yada. But yeah. Okay, so obviously I cut forward to about this part. It took roughly, give or take, 4 to 5 minutes of this testing phase. It looks like it's about to be complete. So let's see what happens next. And great, everything is working as expected. You can now proceed to program the ECU. Okay, so yeah, all that was just a test. Let's see here. I just go back. Okay, now I program. There we go. This is the actual do not leave the app. Yes. So one of the reasons why I tell you to make sure that your screen timeout is at a high time frame, I set mine for about 20 minutes. Honestly, if it's taking you more than 20 minutes to flash the ECU, you should probably stop and try to contact your tuner or whoever you're dealing with and see what the issue is. So it does look like it's doing a lot of things. Braking power low, visit your dealer. So I guess don't be scared, it's going through this, doing quite a bit.
Parking mode on.
Anti-lock brake. Yeah, sorry, I'm just kind of reading whatever's popping up on the screen right now. Okay, so the first part is almost done. Don't know how long the second one's going to take, but this one took roughly another 3 to 4 minutes. So yeah, let's see what's going on. Also remember, do not leave the car, or don't open the doors or roll down the windows or whatever. So if you guys plan on doing this, make sure you got some time to sit in here whenever you're programming it. All right, so the second one looks like it's going a lot fast. Oh, that's erasing part of the memory. CPU 2, and now it's starting to write the new memory of whatever it is adding. So yeah, we will be right back when this is done. All right, so it's roughly been about another 5 minutes, give or take, coming up on the final portion. Just fair warning, make sure your car battery is not low, make sure your phone battery is not low. Definitely make sure your screen timeout is within at least, I would say, 30 minutes before, because I did have to tap it once to make sure it didn't close out. But there we go. Looks like the second program is done. So please turn ignition off. So let's just go ahead and turn it off. Please wait. Go ahead and turn it back to the on position. There we go. Program completed. All right, so from here you just go back, and there, your flash is done. So at Limit Plus One, in the video that they send you to watch, to go through the instructions, they recommend cycling the key. So go ahead and turn it off, and then from here you can go ahead and turn it on. Make sure everything is running. All right, and there we go. I believe that is it for the tuning portion. Once your car is warmed up, there are a few things that he would like you to do. I believe one of them is basically just data logging, but there are a few things he would like you to do. Some of the data log he would like it to be idling for a bit. Another one is a few like highway cruising. He'll give you a full list, and that one, if possibly safe, or actually this is probably the most important one, so definitely find a safe place to do this if you're not doing it on the dyno. Basically just go to data logging, hit start whenever you do it. He says you can do it in
different ones or just one long one. But he says try to keep it within the 10 to 15 minutes. So basically don't start this until like your car's warmed up. So do the idling, the driving around in a few gears. And then the most important one is the third gear pull, starting from 2,500 RPMs all the way to 7,000 RPMs. And you do have to be open throttle. So get into a wide open safe space to make sure that you are 100% down on the gas all the way through the RPM range. You can't lift at all, otherwise it might throw off the tune that he's trying to revise. So make sure if you're doing this and it's not on a dyno that you rented out, or if you're not there in person, I guess you don't have to worry about this if you're there in person, but if you're not on a dyno and you're doing this on the street, just make sure that you're in a safe place and that the road is possibly flat. I don't, he didn't mention that, but I've always been told like a flat surface the best way to get the data log, and wide open throttle 100% all the way, not 98, not 99, not even 100, then letting off a little bit up top because you're coming up on some cars. That won't really work. Just make sure you can get a full clean run from 2,500 RPM all the way to 7,000 RPMs wide open throttle. So yeah, let me warm up my car, and then we'll go out and do some data logging. So basically once you finish your data logging, just hit stop, then go back. If I can just hit that right there. Come on. All right, go back again, go to the main home screen, navigate up, there we go. Then you should go to my files, then you go to the top where it says data log. So I did two. I did a third gear pull, and then I did some highway driving, partial throttle, no full boost. It's kind of what the email asks for. Basically just go ahead, I'll pick this first one, should be my third gear pull. Go ahead, hit share. I think that here we go, sending to boosted performance. So it wasn't actually sending the file. I had to tap on it, and then I got to give a description of what this one is. I'm just going to go third gear pull. Now send it. Okay, there we go. So there you go. And that's all you gotta do, just send both files. I do recommend one thing is to set your tachometer to the regular one whenever you're in sports mode. He does say go into sports and then turn traction off. I find that when you have it in this instead of the F1 bar style, it's easier to tell where 2,500 RPM is rather than the ones where it's all smushed up until 4,000 RPM. So just a little tip. Yeah, I think that'll be it for this portion of the video. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut to how the car feels after it's fully like tuned out. He makes all the revisions. I will note that this first revision does make the car feel a lot more peppy. It's not the push me back into my seat feeling that I was kind of hoping for, but it is definitely a lot peppier. So it's still sending here, so it's going to take a while. I can't even imagine how the 15-minute data log is going to be. Anyways, guys, on to the next scene. So it's been roughly about a week now since he finally got back to me with a revision for my first data logs that I sent him. He's basically a very busy guy. He's just going through a bunch of different files. And yeah, anyway, so I think the way I'm going to end this video is I'm going to do one more log with the latest revision that he sent me. And then I'm just going to end it here with one pull, obviously. And then from there, maybe I'll do like another update video about how the tune actually feels. So far, it feels really good with the previous revision. So I just finished uploading the new revision, which took you saw that process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more third gear pull, traction off, sports mode, 50-50. Yeah, so let me just go ahead and find a clear spot so I can do a full third gear pull from 2,500 all the way to 7,000. And then from there, I will send it off and keep you guys updated in a future video. I didn't think it was going to take this long, this long going back and forth. So let me just make sure there's no cops. I can make this U-turn, and then I will do my third gear pull. So let me go ahead and set my data log. Start. Okay. Looks like I finally got it clearing. Also remember, make sure the road is as flat as possible. Third, 2,500, no cops, and go. Flat out. Oh my gosh. This car feels amazing now. Oh my God, and this is just the second revision. Wow. Oh, here, wait a second. Stop data logging. All right. So yeah, wow. Second revision, the car feels phenomenal. It's almost a night and day difference of how hard it pulls up top now. Down low, it feels roughly about the same during startup, but like I said, I'm starting in third gear from 2,500 RPM, so maybe that has something to do with it. But like once you get into full boost and then you start pulling, wow, this thing feels phenomenal. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, pull over, send him this data log. Yeah, guys, so I have a couple other videos planned. If you know the timing persists of how long he's like going back and forth with me, it's probably gonna be a little minute before I do the update video of like the finished product. But so far, it is amazing. 9-day difference. I highly recommend it. Once again, you can get yours from Limit Plus One, and then tuning will be done directly through Graham once you purchase from Limit Plus One. And you're all set to go. So until next time, guys. Later.